Hi flute players, this video is to help you get a start on your 1 octave scales. So we'll be looking at 4 different scales in this video, our F, B flat, E flat, and A flat major scales. So we're going to start with our F major scale, and our F major scale will have 1 flat. So do you know which flat comes first every single time? If we only have 1 flat, it will always be this one. It is B flat. So if we spell out our scale, we're going to start and end with the letter F. In the middle, we'll have all of the letters in between. So go ahead and grab a piece of paper. You can write it on the back of one of your songs, anything that works. And let's write down F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. That's just your musical alphabet from F to F. Now, since our F major scale has 1 flat, we're going to add in a B flat. So our whole scale will be spelled like this: F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. And we're using E natural for this scale. All right, so we'll use our higher octave for this scale because it's fun to learn some new high notes too. If they're new for you, if they're not, it's always fun to play high notes. That's why a lot of people like the flute. And if you want to play the low octave, that is okay, but we're going to talk about the high octave fingering. So we're starting with F. That's at the top of our staff. Thumb, 1, 2, 3, first finger, pinky. Then G, lift up your first finger. A, lift up your ring finger. B flat is the same as the B flat you know. C is the same as the low C. For high D, we keep only our pinky on our right hand down, and then thumb, second and third, just like regular D on your left hand. For high E natural, we're playing E natural. We're going to have thumb, first finger, second finger, first finger, second finger, and your pinky is optional. Pinky is optional. And then high F is regular F, and then lift up your middle finger so you'll be able to see that hole. Let's try playing our F major scale in whole notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. So if that was pretty easy for you, let's go ahead and move on to our half note F scale. Remember, look at the notes that you wrote down: F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E natural, F. And we're playing those all the way up and then starting at that top F and coming down. Okay, let's try half notes. Remember, E natural. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, half notes, play. Our next step is to play that same scale in quarter notes. So let's try F major scale, quarter notes. 1, 2, quarter notes, ready, go. And then our last step in our 1 octave scales is to try our scale pattern. Ta, 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 ta. So we're tonguing on the way up. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Slur. Still 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, but it's slurred on the way down. I'll play it one time as an example, and then we'll play it together. Ready, go. Just like that. Let's try that together. 1, 2, ready, play. Very nice. So if that still takes a little bit of work, that's totally fine. You can practice that as much as you want, and it will only make good things happen in your flute playing. Let's take a look at our B flat scale next. So this one should be familiar to most of you if you're in concert band or higher, because we play the scale all the time. So B flat major scale, we're going to have B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. If you don't have your B flat major scale memorized yet, that's totally fine. Let's go ahead and write it down, or you can pull out your beginner band book and take a look at that page. So let's write it down. We're going to start with a B and go B to B in our musical alphabet. B, C, D, E, F, G, back to A, B, and we stop at B. Then our B flat major scale has I gave it away. I was going to say, has how many flats? The answer is 2 flats. So what are our first 2 flats? Our first 4 flats spell the word bead. That is a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast. So our first 2 flats are B and E. So find your 2 B flats in your scale and put a small b over them. They're B flats. And then find your E and put a flat on that one. So let's play our B flat major scale in whole notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. So for all of these whole notes, we want to really focus on making sure our air is steady. Make sure that the note sounds the same the whole way through. We can't get lazy with blowing the air because then the sound gets lazy. Let's try that same scale, our B flat major scale, in half notes. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. And we're trying to make sure that we're not breathing too many times in our scale. So try to take a breath every 2 measures. That's 2 whole notes, 4 half notes, and if you can go longer than that, try to go longer. So in this one, I did 3 or 4 measures before I took a breath. And in the quarter notes, I'll try to go the whole way up, take a breath, and come down. So next is our quarter notes. B flat major scale in quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it. 1, 2, a little slower. 1, 2, ready, go. And now we'll play it in our scale pattern. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And on this one, I usually try to not take a breath at all. Let's try. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so that is our B flat major scale. Keep practicing it in all of those ways and you'll be a master of it in no time. Let's move on to our E flat major scale. If our F scale had 1 flat, our B flat scale had 2 flats, what do you think our E flat scale will have? 3 flats. 3 flats. So, if our first 4 flats spell the word bead, what are our first 3 flats? B, E, A. So let's spell out our E flat scale. Remember, we start on E, end on E, fill in the alphabet in between. So write E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Next, we add in our flats. So we said our first flat is B flat. So find B flat, mark it as a flat. Then our second is E flat. That's our first and last note, so make sure you mark both of them, E flat, E flat. And our third flat is A flat. A flat. Okay, so our full scale should say E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Now this scale is also in your beginner band book if you still have that, so if you want to look at that, go ahead and pull it out. Alright, so E flat major scale, let's try it in whole notes. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. I forgot I didn't tell you how to play those high notes. What? Okay, so remember D from our F scale, thumb 2, 3, and pinky. And then high E flat's the only one we're missing. It's everything, everything. Everything, everything. Both pinkies. Alright, let's try that E flat scale one more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, so go over any of those notes that you need to. If you couldn't remember any of them, make sure they're written down. It's always easier to look at something than have to remember something you just learned. So you'll learn it the more that you play it. Like, if you play something 100 times, there's no doubt you're going to remember how it goes. Just like when you played Let's Go Band for the first time, you probably thought it was really, really hard. But now, if you've been playing flute for a couple of years, you probably think Let's Go Band is pretty easy. So it's like that. Everything starts out hard and gets easier the more you practice it. So let's try our E flat major scale now in half notes. Half notes, E flat major. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. So that is our E flat major scale. Let's try it in quarter notes now. E flat major in quarter notes. 1, 2, we'll go a little slower. 1, 2, E flat, go. Make sure you pick that first finger back up for that lowest E flat in our scale. Okay, and now we'll try our E flat major in our scale pattern. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Slur on the way down, tongue on the way up. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. All right, so that is our third scale for this video. Our next scale has 4 flats. Do you know what it's called? This is the scale we use for the opening part of the Avengers. This is our A flat major scale. It's not actually the scale, but it has the same key signature. This is our A flat scale. So A flat, let's spell it out. Start with your A, and we're going A to A, spelling out your musical alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. And now we add in our flats. So we said this scale has how many flats? 4 flats. 4 flats. So our first flat is B. Add in your B flat on your second note. Our second flat is E flat. That's on our 5th note. Our third flat is A flat. That's our first note and our last note. And our fourth flat is D flat. So our flats are B, E, A, and D. Like I've been saying, our first 4 flats spell out the word bead. Now, just so you know, our last 3 flats in our order of flats are G, C, F. So how I remember all of my flats is if you learned in math class your greatest common factor, we abbreviate that GCF. So bead, greatest common factor, bead, GCF. And then we'll talk about this in a different video, but your order of sharps is your order of flats in reverse. So FCG instead of GCF, and then DAEB. Just turn it around. So go ahead and write in your order of flats on that piece of paper you've been writing your scales on. So write B, E, A, D, G, C, F. All right. Let's try playing our A flat major scale, and we'll start on our A flat on our second space. A flat, B flat, C, D flat is just your pinky, E flat, F, G, and end on A flat above the staff. All right, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, A flat scale, whole notes, go. All right, so I played a wrong note for a second in there, but I fixed it, and I hope you did too. Let's play that same scale, our A flat scale, in half notes now. Half notes, A flat scale. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. All right, our next way to play our scale is in quarter notes. Quarter notes, A flat major scale. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, play. And then our last way is our scale pattern. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Remember, D flat is just your pinky. Let's try it. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so those are your 4 scales that have your first 4 flats in them. So I hope you'll keep practicing these because this is what a lot of our music that we play in band is made up of. If you see fast notes, they're probably part of a scale. So knowing your scales really, really well will help you succeed in playing all of those fast parts. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope I see you soon. Have a great day.